have an ongoing argument with a very smart realtor friend of mine. Based on a recent article in the Maryland Realtor magazine and the frequently asked questions on the website, I believe that the Understanding Whom Real Estate Agent Represents form does not have to be presented by either side with a contract except for consent for dual agency. Smart Realtor Friend insists that I, as the buyer's agent, must provide one so that she knows that my broker or I represent the buyer. Who's correct?
If a seller has a listing agreement with the listing agent and the buyer is under a buyer representation agreement with the buyer's agent, you do not need any Understanding Whom Real Estate Agents Represent forms with the contract. It is assumed that because both parties are under an agency agreement of some kind with their respective agents, that they know who represents who and no Understanding Whom form is needed. The Understanding Whom form is only used now for individuals who are unrepresented. Page 11 of the Maryland Realtors contract identifies who the other agent in the transaction represents. The listing agent can also ask the other agent to confirm in writing who it is the agent represents. We have heard that some buyer's agents are sending copies of the buyer agency agreement to the listing agent to prove that the agent represents the buyer. Please do not do this. It is not necessary or appropriate to send a copy of your buyer agency agreement to the listing agent. The buyer agency agreement, like the listing agreement, should be considered confidential and treated as such.
Does a conditional loan commitment satisfy the financing commitment portion of paragraph 10 of the contract of sale?
As you're probably aware, there are frequently conditions to the commitment. There is nothing in paragraph 10 that specifies that the commitment be without conditions. Paragraph 10 of the Maryland Realtors Residential Contract of Sale requires that the buyer obtain a written financing commitment within the stated time frame. In other words, if buyer's lender provides buyer with a written financing commitment that contains conditions, the buyer is in compliance with paragraph 10 of the contract, notwithstanding that the commitment contains conditions.